Welcome to T2T with Tom Pfeiffer and Ty Martin.
Hey guys, welcome back to T2T with Tom Pfeiffer
and Ty Martin. It seems like it's been forever.
Yeah, I know. Like we were doing like 2 a week, and now we're kind of like slowly going like 1 a week.
Yeah, well, the weather's changed, and a little bit busier.
Yeah, exactly. We're all outside wanting to do something, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, podcast inside in the dungeon.
Gross inside. Yeah. Tom and I were in an outing together on Saturday. We'll get to that later, but we were talking about how it's nicer out and recording these and doing these later at night than when we used to.
Yeah. It's still daylight outside right now, so it's about 7:30. And you can still go outside, and it's still about 50 degrees. So Saturday
50 degrees.
Oh, okay, maybe 45 or something like that.
Geez, it's 66 here in Madison right now.
Oh, not here. Well, I'm literally like half a mile away from the lake.
Yeah, we've been. It said we only hit 68 today, but I feel it definitely got into the 70s, and we've got pretty much high 60s, 70s all week, if not 80s.
Yeah, there's gonna be a personal day on Wednesday. Looks like it's gonna be 85 and sunny, so I'm gonna have to see if I can play some golf. mental sick day.
Substitute teacher day, huh?
Yep, exactly.
Remember back in the day when you'd walk into a classroom and you'd see a TV sitting there on a cart strapped down, and it was like, yes.
Or
substitute. We're not doing shit today.
Yeah, but now everything's on Google Classroom, so you can always put your assignments on there, and obviously the kids know it's still a substitute day, so basically they half-ass it, so they do maybe a little bit of the assignment or whatever they have to do. And
don't they half-ass it all the time nowadays?
Pretty much, but I mean I can kind of wrangle them in, but yeah,
right.
But with a sub, it's pretty much free range. So some of them will actually get it done, but the majority of my students will just say, "Oh yeah, the sub didn't give us the assignment," or something like that, or "Oh yeah, I'll do that later," or something. So that's usually the excuse. But anyways, so Saturday the scramble, it was over at Lake Windsor Country Club in right by Madison, and it was like what? It was actually kind of chilly though.
It was very overcast, and there was a pretty good breeze that day too.
Yeah, and then I think the last 3 holes, the sun did come out. It did warm up just a touch, but nothing to the 70s or 80s. It was more like probably like what, mid 50s, if that.
At best.
Yeah,
it was a little chilly. I was debating how to dress for it, and I chose incorrectly.
Yeah, our buddy Eric, I think he wore pants, long sleeve, jacket, and a vest. And he's like, I don't know how to dress for this. I'm like, I don't either.
Yeah, well, and I think he took the vest on and off probably every other hole.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you got Matt. He's just like, I'm good.
Well, I mean, I like wearing hoodies, so that I'm a hoodie guy. So I was wearing my my joggers and a hoodie.
Yeah, we know you need some place to put your hands. You express that tremendously.
I like the pocket. I
know you told us you like the pocket.
I'm like a kangaroo, man.
All right, fair enough. So we played in. This was I think my 5th year in a row putting a team in. It was for Truist Deacons Home Talent Baseball. Julian and Mac, they put on a great outing. They have good raffles. Just a really good outing all in general.
Yeah, they had 3 autographed Brewer jerseys, So that was pretty awesome. So they had Freddie Peralta, they had Mitchell, they also had Corbin Burns, and then
they had Corbin Burns. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they well, they were setting up. We got there a little bit early.
A little bit.
So they were setting up, and that was the jersey where the box was on top of it. And I'm like, what kind of jersey is this? And I'm like, oh, it's a Corbin Burns jersey.
Yeah, he's still even though he's not with us anymore, I would say Burns is still I would say he's still a fan favorite in the Brewers. I mean, he might not
stay young, so
he might not be if he pitches against the Brewers, but I bet he would still get a standing O.
Yeah, probably. And again, he won a Cy Young, so I mean, you can't really, hate on him. So.
Yeah, so it was Tom, myself, Tom's coworker, correct?
Yep.
Eric, and then Matt from the Wisconsin Golf Group. It was the four of us. We shot 12 under for third place. Winner was 14 under.
So fun fact. So the first place team that was, what was it, 14 under?
Yeah, 14.
They didn't score their last hole, so they actually defaulted out. And so we actually got second place again.
Oh, so we got second. So my team got second place the third year in a row.
Second place.
It's always nice to be invited to the party, right?
Exactly. I mean, it was good raffles. I won two items. It wasn't anything spectacular. I won a baseball, not signed, but a baseball and a case with it. And I actually need a case because I do have a signed baseball that doesn't have a case yet. So that was actually pretty good. And then I also won one of their t-shirts. So dry fit t-shirt. I really wanted the Happy Gilmore driver cover.
The head cover.
You're in my world now, Grandma. And it was like a nice color. I like the vibrant colors. So
yeah,
I really liked it. It was like, kind of like the Miami Marlins kind of new jersey,
I was kind of surprised you didn't just take it off the table.
I should have, right?
I mean, we were the first ones there.
I know, right? I was like, oh, look at this thing. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, Matt didn't win the putter. There was a Scotty Cameron putter, and then there was a huge 65-inch TV. And Eric and I were like, man, if we win that, where are we going to put it? Because I drive a Honda Fit, so it's like a little car. And I'm like, we'll just strap in the hood and just hold on to it.
Just drive down the road holding on to it. I got this. You got your side. I got mine.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't think we had any like amazing shots or anything like to remember, right? It was just kind of like a whole hum kind of, scramble.
No one really hit like. I mean, well, if you want to say like good shots, you off the tee, you were just crushing them.
Saturday. Yeah, there was a couple that I was like, holy cow! Especially that par 5. I don't know what would he have into the green, like 150 or something like that.
No, I don't remember, but I mean, I'd go up there, I'd hit a great drive, and I'm like, all right, yeah, and then you came up, and I'm like, oh no, well. Good effort, I guess. Kind of falls back into always nice to be invited to the party.
Yeah, but I mean, you had some really good shots into the green, though. I mean, that saved us, couple shots here and there. Because I mean, I was terrible. My iron play was awful. The only good iron shot I did was that par 3 where I actually got pretty close to the hole, that really long one, like 100, what was it, 180, 185, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That your nemesis hole that you told me about.
Yeah, you're not talking about the par 3 where all three of you put it in the water and I was the only one on the green.
Well, that one too, in front of everyone. that one was good too.
Yeah, no, my irons were actually playing really well on Saturday. I was pretty happy with them. Lindsay and I went and played Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And the iron play continued. I think right now my irons are probably my top as far as ball striking. So, but no, you're right. I mean, we really didn't there were no shots that were just like awesome, and we didn't. The other side of that though is we didn't really like have three people mess up in a row, and the fourth person had to be the hero.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty much ho hum type of scramble. Like it
Yeah.
was probably, to be honest, I mean, it wasn't boring, but the gameplay was boring. You know what I'm saying? Like
It was. You're right. It was perfect. Well, I mean, it's like, how many times have you been in a scramble and the first guy, maybe slices it, hits in the water, or just messes up. The second guy does the same thing. The third guy just has a bad shot, and the fourth guy's like, "Oh, I really got to hit this."
yeah,
you know,
exactly. I've been in that position.
and they do it. And it's like, that's that money shot. But we didn't have that situation, I think, happen at all. Not even like greenside.
No.
Like just trying to get one close. It was a ho-hum round.
Yeah. I mean, no one was like putting it close. I mean, I was trying to think of any like second shots that were like, oh, that almost went in. It's like more like, oh, that was about 5 to 10 feet, and then we made the birdie putt. You know, it wasn't. And then if we were off the green, there was no chip ins or anything like that. It was just okay, whatever, kind of thing.
We did have a couple long putts though.
Yeah, I mean, in scrambles you kind of expect maybe to make a couple of those, but I mean they were still not that long. I think the longest one we might have been like 30 feet.
That's still a long putt. Last time I checked, we have day jobs.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I'm thinking like 100 foot, 80 feet, 60 feet. I don't think bombs. Those are the bombs that like you can get hyped at, So
I don't think there's a green on that course that has 100 foot.
No, I agree. Those greens are pretty small. Those are smaller greens.
And again, we were at Lake Windsor in DeForest, Wisconsin. Well, I guess Windsor, Wisconsin. I mean, it's basically right on the line. I guess I don't even know if you were to or Google the zip code, if it would come up Windsor or DeForest, but it's right there. I mean, people that know the area know the course. The one thing that course is in a very low area, and we got a lot of rain the week before, and the course really did a good job maintaining it and getting it ready. I expected to see a lot more water, standing water.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. It was cart path only, but still, I mean, the course isn't like terribly like wide like for the holes, so you're maybe walking 25 yards at most for your ball. Especially in scrambles, you're obviously playing the one that's either in the fairway or very close to it. So I mean, 25-yard walk, for me, and then the rest of you guys were probably walking all the way across the fairway to pick up your balls, but so yeah.
I have some censored words to say right now.
Just kidding. No, I think everyone contributed though too. Like it wasn't like just one-sided either. Like I said, just a whole hum like scramble. It was just like okay, yep.
It really was. I mean, I had a blast. I had so much fun.
It was fun.
But but you're right. I mean, there was no massive excitement moments in that round.
Yeah, that's like one of the first times. Usually we have like either a hole out or a chip in that it was like, oh yeah, eagle or birdie. It was like, no, we just had a bunch of birdies, man.
Yeah.
And then
and a couple missed eagle putts.
That is true, but there was also two gimmicky holes too.
That's right.
You could have chose to do, I guess.
Well, we did the bat on, I think it was 14 or 15.
Yeah, I don't remember. This is the first time I played this course, so it was kind of, hey, tell me where to hit. Okay, that sounds good.
Right. Hey, see that tree? Hit right at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that big pine tree in the distance. Yeah, hit right at that. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't hit the pine tree in front of it. Hit the one in the distance.
Yeah. So 14 or 15, you actually had to tee off with a bat. And so you had to throw the ball up and then hit it with one of their wooden bats. It was kind of interesting. It was cool.
Or you had the choice to tee it up and swing a baseball bat.
I don't know how anyone would hit that far. There was one ball that was probably like what, maybe 100 yards out, and I'm like,
I bet it was 115, 120.
Yeah.
I mean, but
there's no way you're teeing it up. and
It was
hitting.
probably hit by one of the baseball players.
That could be. But I'm just saying, like, there's no way you teed up that ball so close to the ground and then hit solid contact. You had to throw that thing up and hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so, and then they had a hole where I want to say it was 7 that you that you had to use the bat as a putter.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was a dogleg right over the river or creek or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to putt it. And so, yeah.
and I was, again, saying that we had a lot of rain in the area the week before. I was pleasantly surprised with how fast those greens were.
Yeah, those greens were actually pretty mint, actually. So they were well done.
They have that course has put a lot of money into it in the last few years, and I mean, as I was showing you on Saturday, last year when we had those like 3 or 4 days of just straight rain and nothing, that whole course was underwater. They were closed for 3 weeks. I mean, the whole front 9, except maybe one green or 2 greens, was completely underwater, and they bounced back really well. They've really done a great job at maintaining it for being a low area.
Yeah, and then you like kind of wonder, like, are they going to do like levees around the creeks? But then where's it going to be where's the water going to go then?
It funnels into the one pond, and then that pond funnels under the road, and then it just disperses wherever. But I mean, that the road was closed, I think, last year when that flooding happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was, again, I mean, we were driving up to the Dells to golf at Coldwater, and we went by on I-90, and when you looked over to the right, all you could see was water. I mean, you could barely see any grass. It was so flooded.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was our scramble. Nothing to really shout about or come home to, but I do have the video of you swinging the bat and hitting the ball though. So, on number 17 or whatever it is. So I did get that. So I'm going to put that in the video.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
I mean, you hit the furthest, so.
Well, that's not saying much.
we all did terrible on that one.
We all did extremely terrible.
However,
didn't I hit the bridge and then it went in the pond?
No, it hit over. It hit literally on the bridge and then skipped over. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Get through.
Oh no.
Yeah, you probably hit about like 75 yards, or if you were short of the one that won the longest drive with the bat or whatever.
What did the winner end up getting for that? So if people are listening and watching, I didn't stay. I had to leave. I had a banquet to get to. So Tom, Matt, and Eric all stuck around, but I had to scarf dinner and get out of there.
Yeah. So, well, speaking of which, how'd you do on the dart game? Pretty good.
It was just a banquet.
Oh, okay.
And I honestly could have stayed had I known how late it was for them to do the other things at the banquet. I should have stayed, because we ended up sitting around doing nothing, twiddling our thumbs for 2 hours.
So the winners of like the events, I think there was only like a couple of events. Got to choose off the table the raffle. So I think he might have gotten the stupid driver head cover that I wanted.
Well, it wasn't a stupid head cover a few minutes ago when you were talking about
I know. Now it is. I didn't get it. But yeah, so you just got to pick. And there was like probably 50 items, from hats to like a 4-pack of koozies to alcohol to shirts to hoodies to all these other like little items that they got from everywhere. And then obviously the team, donated their swag as well. So I got one of their shirts, and then I also got a ball and stuff. So
I will say, and this is nothing against the team or anything, but the last few years they've had a lot more stuff like almost, if you could only win once, almost everybody in the outing would get something.
Yeah, pretty much everyone got something. At the end there, they were just like rattling off numbers, and basically people were just going up to just grab something. Because I mean, at the end there, you had either choose like a 4-pack of koozies or a shirt, and that was like the last couple items, and they're like kind of like just go up there, and then they announced the winner of the putter, and then the TV, and then the winner of the outing. So
gotcha.
I don't. The winning, I believe the winner of the outing probably got a foursome.
I think that's correct.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. So,
yeah, they get a foursome to Lake Windsor, and then I think they get a dozen balls too, so everybody gets a sleeve. I don't know. Like I said, I left early. I didn't. I think in years past they get a little bit more than just golf, but I mean it's a fun outing. It's a great outing. Home talent baseball.
Yeah, it's a charity event, so I don't expect anything spectacular as far as like winning these huge prizes like the big charity events get. I'm just there to pretty much donate my time and my money for them, so that's what I expect.
Yeah, and again, good time. Nothing spectacular. A lot of laughs. Holy cow! I think we had Eric bent over a few times laughing. It was with jokes, but yeah, it was a really good time.
Jokes and shots. There was a couple that were just like, what the heck? Sometimes you don't.
And golf shots, not shots.
Oh well, no.
But yeah, no, it was a good time.
It was. So, speaking about the scrambles, though, too, we could just really quickly talk about the scramble coming up for us. We're hosting a scramble at Washington County, June 29th, for the PGA Junior Foundation and the PGA Hope program. So we've basically raised about $30,000, and we're hoping to raise a little bit more at the end of June. So
to clarify, the $30,000 is over the last 4 years. That's
exactly.
We haven't raised that this year. We're looking for teams. We're taking teams, looking for hole sponsors. We're working with various companies that are going to do hole sponsors. And if anybody out there knows anybody that wants to sponsor, I know you've got a couple companies you're working with to get. I've got a few in my own, and we just, whatever, if somebody knows anybody or wants to help us out, contact Tom or myself, and, we can get this going. And it's, again, for the Wisconsin Junior PGA Foundation and PGA Hope.
Yeah, and you can contact me through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, trying to think anything else.
You can message us on here.
Yeah, so
we're looking for whatever we can get. I mean, you just got Golf Galaxy the other day, correct?
Yeah, so Golf Galaxy of Brookfield donated 10 $20 gift cards, and that will be for hole events. We usually get 10 hole events. Usually it's 4 longest putt, 4 closest to, and then 2 long drive events. So that's awesome. Usually what I do. So you have a chance to win, gift cards.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm working with a few different ones on my end, just through work and connections and whatnot. We'll have updated sponsor list here, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but definitely sign up. It's a great event. We've had, it's from what we thought it was going to be when we started to what it is now is just astronomically different. So,
yeah, I think we raised like maybe $2,000 the first year, and the last time we did this, we raised like $10,000. So,
yeah, it's getting bigger and better every year, and great course. We were so thankful for Washington County and Coldwater last year for hosting it. We tried a little bit of a different format last year, and we're kind of going back to what's we've been doing in the years past.
We're actually trying to streamline it too. So now it's going through the Junior Foundation right away too. So
correct.
That's nice. So
Yeah, you sign up directly through their website. There's no Venmo anymore. And that will be so nice.
No Google form, anything
Mhm.
like that. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, June 29th, 8 a.m., Washington County. See you guys there.
Bring cash.
Bring cash for the raffles, please. It's just so much easier. It's easier
Yes.
for us. All right. So let's talk about the Byron Nelson, the CJ Cup Byron Nelson that just ended.
Yes, this minus 31. Holy cow.
Yeah, he just tied the record, PGA Tour record for 72 holes with minus 31. And his name is
Mr. Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler. Man, he was just on a roll, literally. I mean, just crazy. No one could touch him. He won by 8 strokes. I mean, he was just dominant. And like I said, you always when Sky's in the field, you always pick Scottie. It's almost like Tiger Woods-esque. It's crazy.
It's really hard to bet against him.
It is, especially the last 2 years. It's very, very difficult.
I mean, the guy he's playing golf that he probably, when he's done, goes, damn, I didn't think I was going to do that.
Right.
Even he surprises himself. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And we almost had a Jordan Spieth sighting too. He was very close. I mean, he was getting up there, and fourth place, not too bad.
Yeah, but he was still 12 off the leader. I mean, he shot 9 under on day 4, but he was still 12 off the lead. I mean, I get what you're saying and where you're going with this, but I mean, come on, he was still 12 off the lead.
Hey, he was 4th place. Who cares how much he lost by? Okay, you still probably made $1 million. You know.
Actually, his official money, looking at this, was $485,100.
They're peanuts. Go to Live Golf. God.
Yeah. Scheffler got 1.782. Eric Van Roen, apologize if I screwed up your name. He got 1.079.
Oh,
Sam Stevens, that shot 20 under, he got 683.
Okay.
And then Jordan Spieth got 485.
Okay. And then now you can see that difference, man. You know, so Stevens won by 1 shot, and he made basically like $300,000 more than Jordan Spieth.
He made just short of $200,000 more. He got 683, and Jordan got 485.
I thought you said 7.
So he got 190. He got 198 more. I mean, $198,000 for 4 days of
and winning by 1 stroke, you know,
and beating Jordan by 1.
Yeah,
and he shot 7 under on day 4.
Yeah, and Jordan Spieth shot 9. So I mean, he came up. So
out of curiosity, what do you think last place got? The
one that made the cut, because
if you don't make the cut, you don't get paid. So
exactly,
70th place was John Pack, P-A-K, and he shot 2 over. What do you think he got paid? And if you're looking it up, I'm
not looking it up, I swear. I'm on PGA Tour, but it doesn't give me the money listing. I'm going to say $45,000 because that's usually not even close. Down 25, 28, 29, 20, 30. Oh, 25, 26. No, shit, down.
Down.
22.
You're right, not your left, Tom. Come on.
22,000.
No, $20,295.
Oof.
He shot +2. He was -1, -4, +4, +3 for a +2. $20,295. That was 70th place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that doesn't even pay for probably his airfare, travel, hotel, like all this other things, caddy, all that stuff. I bet you he's eating probably like 50,000, but he has sponsors.
You think it's that? You think it's that high?
Yeah, I think so. We should
I
look
mean,
up how much does it take to even enter. I think it's like to enter two.
Yeah, but he's got to have sponsors that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I know. That's what I'm saying is like the sponsors will usually pay for your entry fee, but I mean, does Pac even have a sponsor? Probably because he is a PGA professional. But I'm just saying, like, it's pretty expensive, man. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram, and he breaks down like all his like tour stuff, and
Okay.
he's like the top guys like of like the Corn Ferry Tour and like the other like mid-level tours. The top money winners, they maybe make like $100,000 a year, maybe, and that's because they have to pay for everything. I think the entry fees are like $3,000 or something per tournament, and I bet you the PGA is even more.
Well, I mean, if you make $100,000 a year, though, plus your endorsements,
that's if you're top. You know, if you're always 70th place, dude, you're not making money, man.
yeah,
there's no way. There's no way.
No. If you play that, no, you're wrong on that one.
I don't know.
If you play in 10 tournaments,
and you get
say
70th place every time,
and you get so that's $20,000. That's $200,000.
Yeah, but how much did it cost you to get into those tournaments? If sponsors didn't pay for it,
well,
you had to pay caddy fee. You had to pay,
which is what
coach.
18, which is what 18%.
Sure,
is that what caddies make? Is 18?
I don't know, probably between 10 and 20%. Probably depends on.
Yeah, but 18% on $20,000 isn't anything.
That's $4,000 right there.
Okay, so that still takes you down to 160,000, and I'm just throwing numbers out of the back of my mind.
All right, taxes.
What if it's in Florida?
What if this?
There's no taxes in Florida.
Okay, what about Wisconsin?
Yeah, what tournament is this guy playing in Wisconsin every year?
The Straits. I don't know.
He's not playing in it.
Aaron Hills. Let's go.
We have one PGA tournament like this.
California.
I'm just saying. I bet that guy definitely clears $100,000 after paying taxes, caddy, and entry fees with his winnings and endorsements. If he couldn't
endorsements, I'll agree with endorsements because you're not going to make money if you don't have those endorsements.
I mean, unless this guy is 38 years old and still living with his mom and dad, which I mean very well possibly could be, but
I'm just saying it's a lot more expensive than people think it is.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Now, if you win, obviously, then you're set because then you'll get better endorsements. You'll get that $1.6 million in your pocket,
So let's just find the halfway medium here. So let's go tied for 39.
Okay.
I understand that 39's not half a 70.
It would be 35, but that's
so tied. Okay, fine. We'll go. Do you want to go tied for 33 or do you want to go tied for 39?
Well, why not just look at the two numbers and then just half it?
Okay, so tied for 33 got $52,800, and tied for 39 got $40,095.
So we'll just say
that's
48.
So we'll split it in the middle. So if you go middle of the road,
$50,000.
Okay, fine, $50,000. So if you go middle of the road, if you can play 10 tournaments and 5 of them, you go middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's $50,000 a pop.
Yep. So that's $250,000.
Right, and then so the other 20,000 times 5. I mean, these guys are clearing 100,000 even without endorsements. It's not like LeBron paying $1 million a year for health and fitness.
I want to see the numbers. I'll have to go and find the guy that breaks it all down. I agree. I'm saying they're making probably money because why would they still be doing it, right?
Right.
But I'm saying it's not as much as you think. I think it's a lot less. Like especially like these lower tier guys. Now, obviously, all these guys can win it. if you're on the PGA Tour. So if you're getting the top 10, then you're gravy. But I'm saying the guy that's always consistently, 70th place or like 60th place, man, that guy is going to be hurting. I'm just saying. The guy broke it down pretty well. He didn't do the PGA Tour, but he did all the other ones like Korn Ferry. There's like these like different like sections, like the Southwest Tour and the Northeast Tour. Like he broke all these other tours, and the guys were only clearing like 50,000 or something like that per year, and those were like the top earners.
Yeah, no, I Googled it and I got some very mixed
stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you will, because again, these guys, any guy here can win it. I mean,
right.
Obviously Scottie Scheffler is the man right now, but I mean, you could see a Matt Kuchar or Olberg or these guys, Smalley. I'm just going down the list. Knapp, all these guys can pretty much win it if they're on fire. I'm not saying they are going to win it, but some people get cut. So
all right, according to golfpgachampionship.com,
okay,
in 2020 it said the median salary, but this doesn't make sense. It says 110, but then it also says PGA professional salary. The average salary for a PGA professional is $56,475, but that doesn't say that it's a golfer on the tour. That just says a PGA professional.
Yeah, that means a guy like a PGA pro at like a golf course. So that wouldn't be correct.
Yeah, and so maybe we should change PGA.
I don't think we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, probably not.
2 hours later.
Okay, so I changed it up a little bit and I said average PGA Tour player salary.
Okay.
It says, and this is AI, and I did this on Yahoo. It says the average salary for a PGA Tour player is approximately $1.5 million per year.
Yep.
I don't think I believe that.
I just average.
So here's
I think there's two camps. I think we're both right. So I think you have the camp of guys winning it or darn close of winning it, so they're getting that big paycheck, and then you guys got the bottom tier guys that are just scraping by, and so it's going to skew that average.
One thing it does say, players making $100,000 in winnings alone. So that's just $100,000 in total winnings.
Yep.
Alone might struggle to break even.
Yeah.
So that's where it makes me feel that, I don't know, maybe for the 2020, a new deal for the 2022-23 season, all exempt players on the PGA Tour are guaranteed $500,000 against earnings.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not a salary, it's a base level.
Yeah.
Exempt PGA Tour players will receive $500,000. Rookies can claim it up front.
Yep.
And they only start to collect prize money when they earn more than $500,000. So this is according to golfmonthly.com.
So I forgot the PGA Tour is now doing the TV rights stuff. And that's why like Tiger Woods is still like at top of the money list, is because of the TV rights he gets from the PGA. Spieth was getting a bunch. So was Ricky. So was Rory. All these guys that stayed with PGA, they got a cut from the TV rights. That's right. I forgot about that. So that makes sense, the $500,000 then.
It also says the key is, though, if they don't reach that $500,000 threshold, they don't have to give the money back. So PGA Tour players are guaranteed a base income of $500,000 per season. They only collect, if it's not salary, they only collect prize money when they earn more than $500,000.
Yeah, so if they win,
so it's basically here's $500,000. go out and play. But the only other thing that I'm curious about this is, do they have to play in a certain amount of tournaments?
You would think so. There has to be a caveat with that, right? It's not like, oh, you just play one tournament. Oh, you didn't get to 500,000. So now
here's your $500,000 for playing the John Deere Classic in Illinois. Thanks for the $500,000. See you later, guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is though, if you're on the tour though, you want to keep on playing though, man. Being in the field would feel so awesome. You know, having people watch. Well, I guess on Saturday when people were watching me, I just dunked it right into the pond. But but you're used to that pressure, that the presence of people there. You're used to that. But it would be kind of cool to be on the tour just once, just to feel it. But I could just see the first tee shot just hooking it into the crowd or something. Just because of the nerves.
Right? Everybody down. Exactly. When I say down, I'm not saying kneeling. I'm saying lay down, and you're still not safe.
But yeah.
What was that, a Tiger Woods commercial from the late 90s?
Yeah.
When it shows him on the tee box and like everybody's lined up real tight and he hits it. And then it shows like the average guy, but all the people are like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah,
and he hits all of them.
Yeah, that was a good commercial.
That was a good commercial. That one definitely ranks up there with the one with Tiger and Rory.
Yeah,
where they're hitting shot after shot, and like basically the old Michael Jordan, Larry Bird McDonald's commercial where they were playing horse.
Yeah, they were basically playing pig or horse.
Yeah. That was a good commercial. That one really was.
Yeah. I miss the old ESPN commercials. You don't see those anymore.
Well, it's because
or as much.
Well, the problem with it is you don't have Sports Center in the morning. You don't have baseball tonight. You don't have Sports Center at night like you used to. I mean, it's just, the way media and streaming is gone, we just don't have it anymore.
Yeah. I did notice when I was watching softball, I think it was women's softball.
Today?
No, like last week, in between innings and then in between like commercial breaks and stuff, or during commercial breaks, they were playing the old ESPN commercials. That's why it kind of reminded me of those commercials.
I have noticed that they have been showing the older ones.
Yeah, in streaming. So,
oh, really? In streaming?
Yeah. See, because
go ahead.
You get the TV. So you do get the TV broadcast and streaming, but then when they go to commercial, they don't want to show that commercial because they're not getting paid. Like the streaming service doesn't get paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just says, program in commercial, but now they've been throwing in ESPN, the old ESPN commercials. So it's kind of like a, nostalgia, bring it back. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one, like that commercial.
Right.
Like, I think it was, who was it? Was it Phil Mickelson? They were, no, it was John Ram. So John Ram and his caddy was going to go get some coffee, but the Florida Gator, I believe, was next to the coffee maker, and they're like, "No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it." And I just walked away.
I've been watching. I'm a huge hockey fan, so with ESPN getting hockey back, I've been watching a lot of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we have YouTube TV. And right. I've noticed a lot of old commercials of the Sports Center commercials. I mean, I think back, and one of my favorites that stands out is way back in the day. It was Jorge Posada and David Ortiz sitting at the table, and obviously Posada, being a catcher, never wore his hat, and Ortiz picks up the Yankees hat, and he goes, "Man, no, you got to break it in," and he goes like this. And he puts the Yankee hat on, and the Red Sox mascot walks by the glass window and just drops everything that he's doing. That one just, to this day, that one still one of my favorites.
Sounds pretty good. Yep. Also, what's his name? Scott.
Van Pelt?
Yeah. No. The other Scott.
Stuart Scott.
Yeah, Stuart Scott. He was talking to Tiger Woods, and Tiger was like, Tiger Woods was like, "Oh, hey, I'll see you after work or whatever." And so then Tiger Woods walks by Stuart Scott, and then his whole entourage of like people, fans and stuff like that follow him. It was like a 5-minute like exit because of everyone was following him. That was pretty good too.
That was a good one. Yeah, the ESPN back in the day, they made some pretty good commercials. It's
very creative, very funny.
Yeah. Speaking of just old sporting things, on Sunday after we golfed, we stopped at the local tavern, and totally off topic, but there was a guy that was wearing an old Tide Ricky Rudd hat from NASCAR, probably from the early 90s. And I saw it and I was like, is that a Ricky Rudd hat? He goes, actually it is. He's like, it was my son's that passed away. But I was like, that's awesome that you have it. And he's like, yeah, I wear it just for him. But again, completely off topic, but just old things that you see. And, I don't know if you're a NASCAR guy or not. I'm not. I haven't been in years.
I am not.
I used to be. My dad was, and a bunch of his buddies were big in the 90s. I went to races with him. I went to the Brickyard once, twice. I don't even remember, but I know I went once for sure. But the NASCAR to me, I don't think I could name one guy in the field right now.
Yeah. Bush, is he? What's his name? Bush? Something Bush?
Well, there was a Kyle and a Kurt, but I don't even know if they're still racing.
Kurt Busch is the one. Well, everyone knows
Matt
no, the guy, the Tide guy.
Ricky Rudd or Bill Elliott. No, Bill Elliott was Budweiser.
Oh my God, he was huge in the late 90s and early 2000s. The hell's his name? I can't even think about it.
Tide.
I think it was Tide, right?
Oh, you're talking DuPont. It was Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon. That's it.
Jeez, you definitely don't know shit about NASCAR. You got the color.
Everyone's like, I'm not listening to this thing anymore.
No, we're done. We quit.
This podcast.
I will guarantee.
That's right.
My dad will be listening to this, and he will be dying laughing.
I am editing this out, right?
No, you have to keep this. This is great. I was when you first said, like being from Wisconsin, I figured you were going to say. I thought you were going to say Matt Kenseth because he's from Cambridge.
Yeah.
So
I actually knew that. Yes.
But the Tide guy, Jeff Gordon and DuPont. One makes paint, one cleans the paint.
Oh my God.
You have to leave this. This is great.
Man. I was way off. Samsonite.
Yeah, you were way off.
Oh my God. All right. And now we're done. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna cut ties on this one.
Tides.
Yeah, I said ties, not
I know. Hey, wait. You want to just talk about the upcoming event?
Well, there's actually, according to Yahoo Sports, and I'm looking on the PGA Tour part of their app, there's 2 this week. There's
I see it now too. Yeah.
There's One Flight Myrtle Beach Classic, and then the Truist Championship that's in Philly.
Let's talk about the Truist because they have bigger names. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
One Flight Myrtle Beach.
Sorry to One Flight, but
One Flight. Yeah. What did I say?
I don't even recognize. I think I recognize like 5 names.
Yeah. Jeff Gordon, baby.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon. No, there's actually a lot. There's some bigger names in this one. There's just not. Your Toasty guy's in it. You want to bet on him?
No.
The Truist is in Philly. It's at I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this. Wissahickon course.
I'm trying to look. I don't even have that.
Wissahickon. Wissahickon. Wissahickon.
Oh yeah, there it is. Wissahickon. Yeah.
Again, I butchered the hell out of it. My apologies to them.
Just just blend it all together. Worcestershire.
Is this like Worcestershire sauce?
Yeah, exactly. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. Just say it as fast as you can.
Yeah. So let's look at so I actually have all the tea time
you
matchup.
GPT'd it, didn't you?
No, I didn't actually.
You liar.
I swear. So the 10:20 a.m. tea time with Brian Harmon, Patrick Cantley, and Tom Hug. I think it's Hoggy, right? Hoggy. That looks like a really good matchup right there. The 10:30, Thengali, Young, and Geiserman. I'm trying to think. Then the other 10:30 with Corey Connors and Adam Hadwin, the both Canadians.
Calm yourself down, Jeff Gordon. I'm pulling this up.
I know. I'm going slow. 10:42. Scott, and Norin. That's these are some good matchups here. There's some really good threesomes here. Novak, Fowler, Woodland.
I was just gonna say that 11:04 with Novak, Fowler, and Woodland. That one could be pretty interesting.
Nick Taylor, Eric Von Ruin, and then JJ Spahn. JJ Spahn, he's an up and comer. I've been hating on him.
Look at the next one: Minwoo Lee, Maverick McNeely, and Spieth.
Wow, there's a lot of good.
Look at the 11:26. That's the one to watch.
Yeah,
JT, Rory, and Fleetwood.
Yeah, that is probably the premier one. Definitely.
I am not getting anything done tomorrow.
Well, come lunchtime. I mean, no, seriously though, that Justin Thomas, Rory, and Fleetwood.
That's the one. Well, no, look at the other 11:26 on the back nine. Bradley, Lowry, and Rose.
Yeah, I know. Rosie. I like Rosie. But I mean, I'm hoping that Tom. Yeah,
it just gets better. Hovland, Clark, and Morikawa.
I know. And then you got Ludwig Oberg and your Sepp Straka.
I'm not
Henley.
He's kind of like fizzling out. Every time that I try to pump Sepp Straka, he does nothing. And I'm gonna dog him this week, and I'll probably
he's gonna win it.
I'm gonna dog him, and he's gonna like win in the playoff or lose in the playoff hole. And it's
he's gonna win it. No, you dog him. I picked Justin Thomas 2 weeks before he won that. So
there's no way. Come on now.
Let's
be real. He's not gonna win it.
Everyone that's betting right now, Sepp Straka, bet on him right now. Okay.
Every single person that is listening to us that has a chance to bet is not going to bet on either one of our choices, whether we pick for them or against them.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, these matchups are pretty darn good.
I'll say
overall, holy cow!
From 11:04 down to shit.
I'm saying, dude,
11:04, not 12:20. It's
10:20.
I'm looking at Central Time.
Yeah, 10:20. CDT. Is that Central Time?
No one cares about Harmon, Cantley, and Hogue.
No, I'm but that's where you want to start watching though. Is 10:20.
I want to start watching at that 11 at that probably the Novak one.
Yeah, you're right.
11:04.
Yeah, 11:04. Yeah, that's when it probably starts to get a little bit.
I'd say 11:04.
Yeah, you're right.
11:04 through
like
11:48. Those are the tee times you want to watch.
Yeah. I like Matsuyama. So
there's a lot of good groups. Scheffler. I know,
but there's no Scheffler, so you can't win.
Because whatever they shoot, you take the difference from what he shot last week, and he'd still probably win.
Yeah, that's true. No, you know what? He's playing it smart. I bet you he's at the one flight one. Not just kidding. He is definitely at one. He's like, all these big names, I'm going to go to the smaller one, the smaller event.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a 7-iron and a putter, and that's it.
He'd still win. You know what? I'm gonna Colin Morikawa. I'm gonna pick him. he had a little breaker, so he's gonna come out strong. Colin Moncara.
Fine, I'll pick in the same group and I'll take Hovland.
Okay, Victor Hovland.
They're in the same 11:37 group tomorrow. So I'll stay in your group and I'll take Hovland.
All right, and then we'll watch together and talk.
Yeah. I'm not going to see a damn thing tomorrow.
I know.
I've got a massive project that I'm working on, and I won't see anything.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Colin. Let's go. Have a good day, guys.
All right, Victor.
Woo-woo.
Victor.
Good luck. No, just kidding. So guys, thanks for listening, watching, subscribing, and telling all your friends about us. Keep on doing that, and if you have any questions, just email us.
Yeah, and we appreciate you all. All our friends and family. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good one.
Peace.